My name is Jennifer DeVincent. I've worked for Teva almost 4 years now, all in the pharmaceutical industry in sales. And I call on primarily psychiatrists now. And I've called on every type of specialist, pain specialist, headache specialist, primary care, any kind of provider, or doctor, any kind of doctor that writes prescriptions, basically, I've called on.
Okay.
A good day would be like 6, where you actually got to talk to 6 physicians. Many times we don't get to see the actual doctor, so we go into the office and talk to the staff about the product that we have. On a day like a good day, you also get to have a lunch with a provider. Today I had a lunch with North Range Behavioral Health. It's a mental health facility in Greeley.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to actually talk to multiple providers and tell them about your product and why they should use your product if they have that particular type of patient. And then in the afternoon you try to go to a couple of other appointments, and then we have some administrative stuff to do also. So all of my colleagues do the same job. We all have really large territories.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have part of 3 states, but most of us have at least part of 2 states. And we all do the same exact job. We all call on psychiatry. There are 3 women and 4 men on my team. So I would say pretty diverse.
Yeah.
I've been on teams where there was a lot more women than men in this particular industry.
Okay, so
Unfortunately, that question, the answer is yes, because let me see how to put this. There are men on my team that make a lot more money than some of the women on my team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think many times it's because the boss thinks that, not my boss, but the boss in a certain case thinks that they are raising a family and they're the breadwinner in their family, where I'm a secondary
Mm-hmm.
breadwinner. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
there are guys on my team that, and in the particular team that I'm on, none of their wives work.
Mm-hmm.
And so in my mind, I think that maybe sometimes a manager thinks that they need to make more money because they're feeding a family of 4, 5, 6, whatever. And, I don't really need to make as much money because, there's another person working in the household and I don't have 4 or 5 kids,
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So it's actually has been a big deal because I actually had this conversation this afternoon because I'm actually trying to force the point that I do the same job and I travel just as much and I work my butt off, and I did it after my review. I'd gotten a good review, so I said, okay, now's the time. I've got to bring this up, and it's not fair that someone makes $20,000 a year more than I do when we do the same job. Yeah. No, actually, I got a pretty good response. My boss said that he doesn't actually look at our salary, like he doesn't look at our salary sheets to see, what this person's at, this person. He didn't hire all of us, and so he wasn't even aware that one of my female colleagues makes actually $19,000 more a year than me, even just that, not even male, but this is
doing
another
the exact
female
same job.
doing the exact same job. And he said, you know what, I wasn't aware, and he's going to take it up a level
Mm-hmm.
because he has to, take it to his boss
Yeah.
and plead my case for me. Well, because my situation has been, so I'm married, divorced,
Mm-hmm.
and living with my ex-husband, and so I am a single mom, actually.
Okay.
And, and my boss knows my situation,
Mm-hmm.
but I still think you're kind of judged a little bit by who you live with.
Yeah.
My ex-husband, who I live with currently, is a lawyer, and so I think that sometimes I've wondered, did he think maybe I didn't need as much money because of that?
Mm-hmm.
And that is so far from the truth because I pay for everything for me and my daughter. I actually love my job. I mean, when I get to talk to people, I really do like it, and especially when you feel like you're helping somebody with the product that you're selling.
Yeah.
Well, I think for starters, everybody should make the same salary
Mm-hmm.
for doing the same job.
Yeah.
And then everybody can earn bonuses based on extra money based on how you do with bonus.